live from the liquor store, man. And how's everybody doing today? I know you just seen your boy um over here earlier. We did Cowboys Uncut, me, West Coast Cowboy and landlord from Alabama. But you ain't got my singular thoughts, on what happened with the Dallas Cowboys and the Chargers game. So we'll talk about that. My reaction to our victory in Los Angeles, getting the 4-2 before the bye, like I said we would. And listen, there is somebody out there in the community that betted with me against our team. I forget his name. He be on here all the time, but he took a bet with me against the Dallas Cowboys, betted against his own team, and now I need the money that we betted. Right, so y'all know my cash app. Y'all know what my cash app is. So hey, pay what you owe, my boy. Pay what you owe. You went against the grain. You said that Dak Prescott was a broken man. Yeah, it was iceberg, dog. Yeah, it was iceberg. Eli, everybody, holler at me, man. Where iceberg at, man? Cause I ain't got. I be looking at my cash app. I ain't seen nothing hit. So iceberg, you said that Dak Prescott was a broken man. You said that we would probably lose our next couple of games and all this other craziness y'all was talking. Pay up, cause you ain't had no belief. You took the bet. You're looking crazy right now. I still got love for you, but I need what you owe. I need what you owe. Come on out with it. Come on out with it. And hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna check my YouTube thing. I know my mods be shooting folks in the head, so I'm just making sure that none of y'all done block the dude. Cause yeah, don't block them before they pay my money up. Yeah, don't block them before they pay the money. But yeah, man, y'all know the usual rules and regulations though. When y'all tap in with your boy Henny over here in the liquor store, there's a couple things you gotta do for a participation trophy, for participation grade. First and foremost, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. The more likes that you get on a YouTube video or Facebook video, I ain't got TikTok, none of that, but if I did, hit the like button on there. And the more likes you get on those platforms, the more those platforms will promote the videos. So if you want to see us do good in the liquor store, you want to see us grow, you want to see us, continue to establish something over here, hit the like button, man. It ain't gonna take too much time out your day. It ain't gonna charge you, a red cent, and it goes a long way to improving the quality of the content. Right, it goes a long way for improving the quality of the content. After that, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that share button. For a multitude of reasons, really. First, you need to hit the share button to let everybody know the liquor store is open for business, right? The more times you share the content, the more eyeballs it gets in front. The more eyeballs it gets in front, the more people that will come into the liquor store, subscribe to the channel and everything else. And we are also trying to manifest a 6th championship for the Dallas Cowboys. So when you share the content, man, make sure you share the content about 6 times. You can share the 6 different Facebook groups, 6 different group chats, 6 different social media platforms. You can share the 6 family members, 6 ops, 6 frenemies. It do not matter. Share the content 6 times so the Dallas Cowboys can manifest that 6th championship over here. I feel way better about our odds of winning a championship this year now. I know a lot of folks are going to say, well, just the Chargers. But hey, the Eagles thought it was just the Jets. The 49ers thought it was just the Browns. Early on this year, we thought it was just the Cardinals. This is the NFL. Everybody have professional athletes on their teams. You cannot take any victory for granted. So Dallas Cowboys went out there and did what they need to do, improved our confidence in them just a little bit more. So, hey, I'm feeling good about this win, man. I'm feeling real good about it. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button. And since we are on a bye week, slap the shit out of an Eagles fan anyway, right? We ain't got no ops coming up this week, but you can damn sure slap the shit out of an Eagles fan. And if you do, I will be able to give you half off from all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got cow burritos, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Hennythemoor, and come get drunk in the liquor store. So y'all done hit that like, y'all done hit that share, you done hit an Eagles fan upside the head for playing with you wrong. Now, if you got it in your heart, you can also hit that Cash App or that Super Chat, because we are still raffling off multiple prizes inside the liquor store. And we got exactly what you need, man. We got exactly what you need. 3 separate prizes for 3 separate winners. It's only $5 to enter, right? We're giving away a copy of Madden 24, a Dallas Cowboys jersey of the winner's choice, and a Dallas Cowboys bobblehead of the winner's choice. So you can, so if you win, you know, I'll get you one of these. There's 3 separate winners. There's gonna be 3 separate winners. We're gonna be running this raffle all the way until November the 1st. So we'll run it till November the 1st, and then we'll do the drawing on November the 2nd. So if you want to enter for a chance to win one of these 3 dope-ass prizes, all you got to do is hit the Cash App. It's $Hennythemoor, or you can hit the Super Chats or the Super Stickers, because we are monetized over here, man. But, hey, there's a bunch of y'all in the chat box, man. Let me show y'all some love, then we're going to jump into the content, man. Triple D, what's Gucci with you? Letty, what's up with you? My boy Michael Itry, hey, how you living, my boy? My boy Darnell Lamar in the building. He said, slap the shit out of them for that stupid Julio. Yeah, man. They signed Julio Jones like it was 2013. Granted, I don't know their wide receiver situation. He still might be better than Quez Watkins. So I'm not going to say it was completely stupid. But, you know, it is what it is. It's not a move that I would have championed if the Dallas Cowboys did it. Kevin Calloway, I see you with the 6 salutes, helping us with manifestation. Matt Leslie with the 6 flames, helping us with manifestation. So over it with the 6 laughing emojis. Good evening to Miss Regina Green. My boy Hoodlum in the building. My boy Tim Miller. My boy Desmond Ironman, aka Tony Stark. Israel Madrid was Gucci. Bruce got the toxic juice. My boy Joe. What's up with y'all good people, man? Eli, I see y'all rocking with your boy, 434 Cowboy, Rico Jones. What's Gucci with y'all, man? Hey, Kendrick Thompson, what's up with you, man? They were tapping in and showing love from the 870, my boy. Hey, you know I'm from El Dorado, man, so hey, it's all love from the 870, man. How you living? Yo, OS Tyler, what's up with you, man? How you doing, boy? So yeah, man, let's go ahead and jump right into the content, man. So the Dallas Cowboys beat the Los Angeles Chargers. I almost said they beat the 49ers. I guess that's going to happen in the postseason, man. I guess that was a Freudian slip. I might have seen something in a vision or some shit. But the Dallas Cowboys beat the Los Angeles Chargers last night, and it did not go the way that a lot of us expected. It did not go the way that a lot of us expected. Hey, salute to Miss Marquetta for the $5 raffle entry. Thank you for showing love. If y'all want to be like Miss Marquetta and enter for a chance to win one of the 3 prizes, all you got to do is hit the Cash App, which is $Hennythemoor at the bottom left screen, or you can hit the Super Chats or the Super Stickers. But yeah, we won that game. What's up with you, Michael? Michael Lockhart, Kendrick Thompson. I see you again. SR doing a little bit of marketing. You ain't got to shoot him just yet. I don't think he'll troll or nothing. But yeah, man. So we did not, go out there and put our best foot forward. Still, there was it was a little shaky out there, man. I said I want some of your tales. Hey, No Cap podcast, man. We're working on that actually, because I can't actually do a call-in line on Restream. I'm gonna have to actually get a new program to do it. But we working on it. So yeah, man. So the Dallas Cowboys offense was shaking. We didn't really have much of a run game, outside of Dak Prescott, who was actually your leading rusher. So you didn't really get a bunch of production on the ground from your run game. Up front, they got beat up a little bit more than I expected. Now, the Los Angeles Chargers got a great front, right? They got Joey Bosa, they got Khalil Mack, Joseph Day. They got some good people up front. They got the boy Kendricks, who used to play for the Minnesota Vikings. So they got some good people up front. They got some good people up front. But I did not expect for them to beat up on my offensive line the way they did. Dak Prescott was under duress the majority of the game, faced a bunch of pressures, got sacked a couple times. Now one of them, he escaped the sack and then he still took a sack. So that one was sort of on my boy. But I did not expect for it to play out the way that it did. But really, I can't poo-poo on a victory. I can't poo-poo on a victory. They went out there and they did enough to get the job done. And I gotta go through and show some love to some folks, man. Cause we can critique everything, down the line. Cause we got a whole week. We don't play nobody this week. Dallas Cowboys are on a bye. So, we're gonna be riding on this high from moving from 4-2 for a long time. So we'll talk about the negatives down the line, but right now I just want to show some love to some people that perform out their minds. First and foremost, man, Dak Prescott. Everybody show some love for Foe. Man. So he was the highest graded quarterback in the NFL this week. Him and Matthew Stafford, they both graded out as 90s. So nobody played better than Dak Prescott this week. Not Josh Allen, not Patrick Mahomes, not Jalen Hurts, not Justin Herbert. Nobody played better than Dak Prescott this week. At least if you believe PFF. I usually look at PFF sideways, but hey, they're pushing a narrative that I want to push right now. So I'm gonna rock with it. I'm gonna be a little biased in how I view this right now. So show some love to Dak Prescott, the highest rated quarterback in week 6. Great stat line too. Great overall stat line by Dak Prescott. Only had 9 incompletions the entirety of the game. A couple of those were drops, by the way. Only 9 incompletions. Led your team in rushing yardage. Had an 18-yard rushing touchdown. Dak Prescott was your offense. Like, Dak Prescott was your offense. And he did some things, he did some things today that covered up for some less than stellar play calling. Like, there were some things that worked in the structure of the game, right? There were a couple of things, but there were still some spacing issues. There were still, some protection issues. They still did not figure out how to get a running game started. And Dak Prescott went out there, made some plays off script. He kept the ball on the quarterback keeper, made the right read. He broke a tackle and ran for another first down for like 10, 11 yards. He made that Tony Pollard play out of nothing, because Tony Pollard was not even supposed to be in the route. Like, he got away from a sack, got outside the pocket. Tony Pollard ran upfield to give him an outlet. He found Tony Pollard, and TP did the rest. But that all started with Dak Prescott. Had he never broke out for that scramble drill, that play does not happen. So I know there are some people that are down on Dak Prescott, but and listen, when I said that I gave Dak Prescott a hard time after last week. He didn't play good. He did not play good. But the same way that I can say that you did not play well, when you do play good, I have to give you your flowers. Dak Prescott was exceptional. Don't let no hater, don't let no talking head, don't let none of these ops, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. The numbers say that Dak Prescott was phenomenal, and you do not win this game without Dak Prescott. Cooper Rush could not have won you this game. Trey Lance could not have won you this game. Dak Prescott went out there and showed you why he's the starting quarterback, why he's your franchise quarterback. Like, he made the throws and he made the runs when you needed him to. And also, y'all keep my boy Michael Autry in your prayers, man. He said he hanging in there, healing up from surgery. He been sleeping a lot. But hey, y'all say a prayer for my boy, man. I'm glad that your surgery went well. I'm glad you're on the rebound, and I'm glad that you're here with us still, man. So y'all show my boy some love in the chat box. And another thing, let me also show some love to CeeDee Lamb. Let me show some love to our wide receivers as a whole, because these numbers are much better than last game. Last game, nobody was getting open. Nobody was really getting open. Right? CeeDee Lamb had damn near 4 yards of separation. Right? 4 yards is, just about 12 feet. There was nobody within 12 feet of CeeDee Lamb a lot of the time. Jake Ferguson, same thing. Damn near 4 yards of separation. Only got one catch and one target, but he made the most out of it. Brandon Cooks, who had his first touchdown as a Dallas Cowboy, damn near 3 yards of separation, a little bit below league average. Ain't gonna lie to you, but he did much better. That the wide receiving core as a whole did much better in getting Dak Prescott a place to go with the football. James Simmons, what's up with you, man? I see you out here in the chat box helping us manifest that 6th title with the shot glasses, man. He said Gallup. I'm not really sure why Michael Gallup got all those targets. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that is an unknown factor for me. I'm not really sure why. If anybody deserved 10 targets, it was CeeDee Lamb, because every time you threw the ball to CeeDee Lamb, you got a first down. Like, every catch that CeeDee Lamb made was beyond the sticks. Like, CeeDee Lamb was cooking. CeeDee Lamb was going crazy. I would have gave CeeDee Lamb 10 more targets the way he was balling. I would have had CeeDee like that play that Michael Gallup dropped. Dak Prescott threw a perfect pass on what would appear to be a post route. I said appears to be because I ain't seen it again. I ain't seen the all 22 film yet. But he threw a perfect pass to CeeDee Lamb on what appeared to be a post route. And to Michael Gallup, what appears to be a post route, and he dropped it. Hit him right in the hands. Now, you could also say that he was interfered with. There was a clear jersey tug that went uncalled that might have interfered with his ability to catch the ball. But like, I would have preferred, like those deep shots and things like that to go to 88. Hey, salute to my boy Mafia Mods for the $5 super. He said, let's talk about that killer block Pollard threw to help Dak complete that touchdown to Cooks. Yeah, man, Tony Pollard stepped up in pass pro. Hey, he stepped up in pass pro. He did, man. And listen, I know a lot of people give him a hard time about his pass blocking, but on that play, he did his damn job. And a great block by Tony Pollard, beautiful throw by Dak Prescott, great catch by Brandon Cooks. And that's why it's a team game. Like, Dak Prescott, does not have the time to throw that pass if TP doesn't pick up that blocker to the near side. Dak Prescott, escaped backwards and was still able to throw an accurate pass. And Brandon Cooks, he made a good catch with some contact instead of dropping it. So, there's a bunch of factors go into having a successful play. So I'm happy it worked out in our favor, man. We needed that touchdown. And, I think that goes a long way for helping with the morale of the team. Once you see your offense, play decently, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. We really should have had some more points too, man. Dak was a little high to Michael Gallup on what should have been another touchdown. Michael Gallup dropped another touchdown after that. He barely missed Tony Pollard down the sideline. So, it's a game of inches. It's a game of inches. Hey, lady said, oh my God, please don't nobody say Trey Lance could have played better than Dak. I mean, we had it rough last night and barely got away with the win. We need to really get it going, because if we won a Super Bowl this year, late night would not have did it for us. Yeah. I don't want anybody to believe that Trey Lance could have won that game. I don't want anybody to believe that Cooper Rush could have won that game. Because Trey Lance has the athleticism to make the runs that Dak made. He does not have the throwing ability. Like, he has an arm, but he has not shown that he is accurate and can throw the ball accurately, consistently. That's why he's a third string quarterback. The same way he was a third string quarterback in San Fran, in a very quarterback friendly system. Cooper Rush, you might trust him to throw the ball around. He damn sure would not have broke that 18-yard run for a touchdown, right? So Dak Prescott was the only quarterback on this roster that could have won that game, because he had the perfect blend of both. He can pass, and he can pass accurately, consistently, and he can run the football, right? So make no qualms about it. That was the only quarterback that could have won that game for you. There's not even being biased, because I'm a Cowboys fan before I'm a fan of an individual player. And I promise you, Dak Prescott is the only quarterback on this team that would have won that game. T-Smooth TV, what's up with you, man? Hey, lady, you ain't got to apologize for anything. I'm just happy you're over here, rocking with your boy Henny. So I appreciate you. Shout out to Mafia Mize, man, for the $5 super. They got you another raffle entry, by the way. He said, I honestly don't think we struggled at all unless you count penalties. We just managed the game. Let me see. I think there's areas that we struggled in because that is part of the game, the penalties. So I didn't like the penalties. I did not like our inability to get a run game going for our running backs. And that's really it. I'm not going to like Dak Prescott didn't struggle. Dak and the wide receivers didn't struggle. You just really struggle trying to run the ball, and you struggle with some bad penalties. And some of those penalties were questionable. Like the J-Run Curse play, that should not have been a penalty. Like that man gave himself up after he got hit. I don't understand how the hell you called it. I don't understand how you called it. But yeah, like overall you didn't really struggle. You know, offensive line struggled a little bit protecting. You know, that shows up in the pressure numbers and stuff like that. Run game didn't get off. But, you know, thank God for Dak Prescott, though, right? So when you got a good quarterback and he's playing good, you know, that glosses over a multitude of sins. That glosses over a multitude of sins. Some of them penalties were some BS. He said O-line was terrible. O-line did not help your quarterback or your running game. Thank God we won the game. But, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna poo-poo on anything negative right now. Like there are a lot of things to clean up, but you know we're gonna talk about the good shit right now. Because if I talk about all the negative stuff, I won't have anything to talk to y'all about over the bye. So we can milk it a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Like there's plenty to dissect, but you know we'll take it a day at a time right now. Especially, you know, given the fact that we did come out with a win. I be jumping down their throats right now. And listen, that is another reason why you got to take your hats off to Dak Prescott. That is another reason. Because you had a bunch of penalties on offense and defense. You did not have a run game. You had some bad clock management towards the end of the first half. And you were still able, you know, to win this football game. Yo, John Cofield, what's up? Mike DC4L, what's up? Mafia Mize says, hopefully Jerry gets someone in the bye week to help on the O-line. I don't think they will. Because listen, everybody on your offensive line is either paid or playing for a contract. So I don't think that Jerry Jones is going to do anything with the offensive line. He paid Tyron Smith. He paid Zach Martin. He paid Terrence Steele. Tyler Smith, they invested a first round pick on him, and Tyler Biadasz is playing for a contract. So the only thing they're going to do with the offensive line is just let them keep playing together. You know, and I think with time they will become better, because this is only their second game playing together, right? Because of injuries, this is only the second game ever that your starting five offensive line played together. Only the second game ever that this version of this offensive line has played together. So I expect for them to be a better offensive line if they stay healthy by week 18 than they are right now, this very moment. They have no choice but to be. JVN. Hold that thought. All right, I'm back, y'all. My baby was telling my wife about his day. he be excited, man. I love this little dude. Okay, cool. That's what's up, baby. Mike DC4L, what's up with you, man? He said Terrence Steele, and that might be one thing with Terrence Steele. Like Terrence Steele wasn't ever known as a great pass blocker, but you know, he said, "I know that dead shush." Hey man, but Terrence Steele was never known as a great pass blocker anyway. You know, he got paid off his run blocking prowess. And I do think that injury is still showing up. Like you're never going to be the same guy. You're never going to be the same guy like the very next year after an ACL injury. Like the year after, like next year, like Terrence Steele is going to be Terrence Steele again. But right now, you might just need to give him a little bit more help. Now Tyron Smith is holding it down. Like Tyron Smith is holding it down. Tyler Smith, he's been very solid in the games that he played in. But the offensive line as a whole did not have a good showing. I don't even think Zach Martin had a good grade this game. Rico Jones, what's up with you, man? I see you. All right, so let's move along, man. Let's move along. Let me see what this one is. I be loading these things in and forgetting which is which, so y'all bear with me. All right, so also salute to Micah Parsons, man. Salute to Micah Parsons. He did a little bit of everything last night, man. Led the way with 8 pressures. Had a sack at the end of the game that basically put the game out of reach. 3 hits on the quarterback. Had a pressure rate of 16.3%. So while he did not have 100,000 sacks, he did have a bunch of pressures. Yes, if you want to join for the raffle, all you have to do is hit the Cash App or the Super Chat. The Cash App is $Hennythemoor. So if you want to enter for the raffle, all you got to do is Cash App $5 to $Hennythemoor, or you can send money via super stickers or super chats, so we're monetized on the YouTube page. It says 3 of our starting linemen have the same initials. I know. And listen, they did everything in their power to try and slow Micah Parsons down, man. Hey, listen, Terrence Steele has not looked good in pass pro. Like in the 49ers game, he graded out as a damn 8 in pass blocking. An 8, dog. An 8. It's not like it's a 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. Like he graded out as an 8 on a grading scale that goes up into the 90s. You used to get like 5 points just for signing your name on the paper. Y'all used to take tests back in the day. They used to give you about 5 points just for signing your name on the paper. That man signed his name on the paper and got one question right. Yeah, Terrence Steele did not have a good showing against the 49ers. He really didn't have a great showing against the Chargers. I ain't looked at the overall numbers for him just yet, but it is what it is. But I gotta show love to Micah though, man. Micah Parsons was exceptional. Like he was exceptional. He said at 434, I'm not gonna go that far and say he's a lazy POS. I'm just gonna say that he's a injured player that probably, that's probably a year removed from getting back to what he used to be. That's my honest opinion about it. Like I believe Terrence Steele will be better next year. But right now, like Terrence Steele needs help. Terrence Steele needs somebody to chip on his side. Terrence Steele might need a running back to stay in for him on his side. Like Terrence Steele needs help in pass pro, and that's okay. That's okay. Maybe just ask him not to pass block as often. Maybe utilize some more play action passes so that guys aren't just going straight in for the pass rush against him. Right? You just need to protect him a little bit more. I mean, 434, I understand your frustration. But, hey, we can't make his leg get healthier. Because remember, he wasn't a great pass blocker before he got hurt. So, of course, he's going to be a bad pass blocker right now. So, I get it. You're upset with Terrence Steele. He's not playing good football. He is not playing good football. But as of right now, you ain't got nobody else. That is your right tackle. That is your right tackle. Because I love some of the other guys on our team, but I'm not trying to put Asum Richards out there right tackle. I prefer him on the left side. I'm not trying to put TJ Bass at tackle either. I prefer him playing guard. right? There are other guys on this team that are good offensive linemen, but I don't know if they're good right tackles. So Terrence Steele is still the best option that you have right now. Matt Leslie with the $5 super. My boy said, Henny, I believe we are missing the experience of Schultz and Zeke. I believe you're missing. Yeah, I believe you're missing I believe you're missing some of the leadership. And from Dalton Schultz, I believe you're missing some of the production too. Dalton Schultz is not having a bad season. No, Dalton Schultz is not having a bad season at all, man. Let me see. What's Dalton Schultz numbers for this year? So, hey, Dalton Schultz got more touchdowns this year than all your tight ends combined. Dalton Schultz got 21 catches, 215 yards, and 3 touchdowns. All of your tight ends combined got 2 touchdowns right now. All of your tight ends combined got 2 touchdowns right now. So, you know, like I said, I stood on the table for Dalton Schultz. Now, granted, you know, there are some reports that he turned down money for the Dallas Cowboys, didn't want to be here. That's the case, and they couldn't keep him. You know, it is what it is. But you know, I wish they would have, you know, tried to keep him a little bit more, because he was a good tight end with Dak Prescott, and he's showing to be a good tight end right now for CJ Stroud. He's definitely being a safety net for that young man, at least, especially the last couple of weeks. He's JV big boy. Hey, that is true though. He said Dalton Schultz may not be having a bad season so far, but the running backs he's blocking for. Hey, that man do not believe in pass blocking or run blocking. Like, I'm never gonna sit here and tell you that Dalton Schultz is a good blocker. Never. He said, Henny, we need to talk about TP's ball security issues. Hey man, I believe we all know that TP has a little bit of fumbleitis right now. I have not seen it before. Listen, it's crazy though, because I don't think him or Zeke fumbled once last year, and now all of a sudden, you know, Tony Pollard, you know, is fumbling the ball a little bit too often. So I don't know, man. We need to holler at our running back coach and see what the hell they teaching right now. Because if my guy gets worse at ball security when you come here, you know, you probably ain't been on him or training him up in the ball security aspect. So I don't know. I don't really know why Tony Pollard has a ball security issue all of a sudden. Hell, I really don't know why we have a fumble issue all of a sudden at all. Because we seen Tony Pollard fumble the ball. We seen Turpin fumble the ball. We see TP. Like that, they're fumbling a lot this year. I'm trying to see who the hell is teaching our team ball security this year. You know, luckily, you know, we got them all back except for that one against the 49ers. Right? Look, thank God that we haven't turned the ball over on fumbles a lot. And you said how many targets for Dalton Schultz? I'll go look. But hey, what's up with you, Mr. Richburg? I see you. Johnny Woods, he said, what's up, Cowboy Nation? HTM in the chat. Y'all, I am having a terrific day. Hope y'all did as well. Man, listen, my fever broke. I feel a little bit better. I think I'll be able to go to work tomorrow. So I feel good. You know, I feel much better. So the fact that I'm feeling better, it means I'm having a much better day. But hey, what's up with you? Mr. Richburg said, what up, Henny? My boy dropped 6 stars. DC for life, 72. Let's go. I see you, my boy. El Professor, what's up with you, my guy? Thank you for coming in and showing love to the platform. DC for Life, Texas, what's up with you, man? He said, what's good, HTM, Henny? DC for Life, let's freaking go. Cowboys love number 6. Indeed, man. And hey, everybody just now coming into the liquor store, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. Make sure y'all hit that share button on the way in. And make sure you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan and a Chargers fan, man. Because we are having a triumphant Tuesday over here, man. We're having a triumphant Tuesday. God dog it. He said, do you see us picking up anyone before the trade deadline. I want us to pick up somebody, maybe another running back, maybe a veteran tight end to stabilize the tight end room, especially with your boy going on IR. Peyton Hendershot and Schoonmaker hasn't really been productive just yet. But yeah, man, I want them to make a move, but I don't see them making a move. I said I think we need a wide receiver. Do we need a wide receiver, or do we just need to play Jalen Tolbert more? Because the last time that you actually let Jalen Tolbert get a bunch of snaps, he gave you 50-something yards. Right, so last time you gave him Jalen Tolbert a bunch of snaps, he actually was productive for you. Salute to my boy El Professor for the $10 super. He said, much love, Henny. Glad to be in the liquor store. Hey, salute to you, El Professor. I'm glad that you slid over here and showed love to the platform, man. I appreciate you. Johnny Wood says offensive lineman. But this the thing, though. Think about Jerry Jones, man. Jerry Jones is not finna go out there and get no offensive lineman when he already paying his offensive lineman. Like, this is the offensive line he been waiting for. He ain't finna go out there and change it up. I know they ain't playing good right now, but he ain't finna do anything to this offensive line lineup. Because Tyler Smith is playing. Biotis is playing. Zach Martin is playing. Terrence Steele is playing. Everybody that you invested money or draft picks into is back and healthy. And this is only 2 times. Hey, and it's only the second time that you've seen them play together. So Jerry Jones is going to sit on his hands on the offensive line. Like, I'm telling you right now. Like, we may not like the way they're playing right now. The way that Jerry Jones is probably going to handle it, he's just going to let them get more snaps together. And in his mind, when they get more snaps together, they probably will play better. So that's how Jerry Jones is probably going to handle the offensive line, because they're not going out there and getting another offensive lineman. Besides, there's really nobody out there worth a quarter unless you trade for somebody. And you really don't have a lot of assets this year because you traded away picks for Cooks, you traded away picks for Gilmore, you traded away a pick for Trey Lance. So you don't really have a bunch of picks. You know they love drafting folks. He said, I was at the game. Hey, what's up with your Azteca? He said, I was at the game last night. It was intense. I expected it to be a close game. I told the homegirl who went with me, I bet we beat the Chargers by 3 points like we did in 2021. And boy, we had the exact same score. It was 20-17 with Kellen Moore and 20-17 against Kellen Moore. Crazy, right? Crazy. JJ the Mindset of running back. I wouldn't mind getting another running back, man. Because they're really not utilizing Rico Dow. They're not utilizing Hunter Luepke. They're not really using Tony Pollard in a way that you want to use Tony Pollard. Because they're trying to make Tony Pollard run up the A gap. I thought that we would have seen a little bit more versatility in the run game up to this point. Especially moving. And listen, you changed your entire blocking scheme, to try and take advantage of some of the skill sets of Tony Pollard, and it really has not worked out right now. Hey, salute to Mafia Miles for the $5 super, man. He said if they will utilize our fullback and run a 2-back set, our run game will be huge. Lukie can block for Pollard to get them tough yards. Listen, I would love for them to use Hunter Luepke, and that's really on the coaches. That's on the coaches. Y'all remember we did a whole scheme breakdown. We broke down the West Coast offense, and then we turned around and we broke down zone running scheme. Right? We broke down the zone running scheme. We broke down everything. And there were plenty of plays that utilizes fullbacks as lead blockers, and still giving your running back cutback lanes and all sorts of things. Like they have some dope ass concepts in the zone blocking zone blocking scheme. And they're not really getting to them because they're not really running 2-back sets. And that's on Mike McCarthy. That's on Brian Schottenheimer. Because nobody told them to sit in there and run out of the shotgun. Like there's plenty of West Coast teams that run out of single back sets, or I formation sets. There are plenty of West Coast teams that do that. You seen the 49ers do it. You seen the Rams do it when that boy what's the kid's name that got injured and had to leave? Todd Gurley. When Todd Gurley was there, they ran single back set, stretch plays all day to set up the play action for them, and so you don't have to just sit there and run out the shotgun all day. You don't have to sit there and run out the shotgun all day. Yeah, Kansas City too. Like Patrick Mahomes, gets under center plenty. Jamie and Cal said we ain't running West Coast shit. We running Mike McCarthy version of the West Coast. We running the Texas Coast. I'm sorry, y'all. Mike McCarthy make me sick. JJ, you got all the game, man. You got all the game, my boy. You don't need no help. But you are mine, so I need you to do the one thing that you don't do. You got to actually just sit there and talk. You got to talk to him, my boy. King Kaiser says, I'm starting to believe Mike just here for the bag. Ain't no team picking this guy up as a coordinator if we let him go. Man, I'll tell you this. Somebody was crazy enough to pick up Jason Garrett. Right, somebody was crazy enough to pick up Jason Garrett after he coordinated for us. So, we'll see. Jamie and Cal, I will say this. I've seen West Coast concepts, that we ran. I've seen the Dragon concepts, I've seen the Lion concepts. I've seen them run Hank with a backside screen option. I seen them try and run some dagger concepts and some smash concepts. I've seen it. They're just not good at doing it. They're just not good. And the things that separate a good West Coast offense and the shit we're doing is pretty much the structure and the bones of the play. Like all West Coast teams run the same concepts, but how you get to them and how you have your backside of the play set up, changes everything. Right? A lot of what Mike McCarthy does is he has what we call mirrored plays. Like he'll call a play, it's one concept on this side, and on the other side, it's the same damn concept. So in a timing route in a timing based offense, if you pick one side and that side doesn't win, if it's mirrored on this side, the window for those routes has already passed. Hey, Farik, if you don't like the wordplay, just say that. But you know what I did there. You know what I did there. Like, come on now. If you didn't like the wordplay, just say that. Jamie and Cal, this ain't true West Coast, man. It's no motion. It's not 3-step out, 5-step out timing. None of that. The Joneses want one system, and it's the one we had for 8 years. Well, they also told you it was going to be a amalgamation of what Kellen Moore did and West Coast principles. That's why they called it the Texas Coast. Like, they kept some of the stupid shit. They kept some of the stuff that Kellen Moore did in there, but they also added West Coast principles in the pass game. They added Lion, they added Dragon, they added Dagger, they added Smash, they added a couple more wide receiver screens. But like I said, man, like the structure of the plays, they're not very good, right? And I sat here and told y'all the differences in how, the differences in how you get to these passing concepts makes or breaks a West Coast system. Like I say, the way that Kansas City gets to their dagger concept is completely different from the way that we would get to our dagger concept. Right? The way that they run their smash, it's gonna be completely different from the way that we run our smash, because they could be using different personnel. They could be using different people in the route combinations. It could be so there's a bunch of variations to it. So, and listen, nobody is running like the original West Coast in the modern NFL any damn way. Like, nobody's running the original West Coast system anyway. I think we need to make a trade, though, before the deadline, no lie. Bro, like, player acquisition is 365, my guy. The player acquisition is 365. Because, my boy, like, the Eagles I think that Julio Jones is a little bit over the hill. But in their minds, they think that Julio Jones is a better option than some of their other wide receivers. So I'm not mad at them for doing that. Like the Dallas Cowboys need to do something before the trade deadline. Facts, Kelvin Hicks. That's the problem. Mike McCarthy is running West Coast. He's just running the West Coast from 2005, 2006, 2010. And listen, there is no shame. There is no shame in stealing plays. There's no shame in stealing plays. There are more successful West Coast offenses in the NFL than Mike McCarthy's. Kyle Shanahan is great at West Coast offense. Steal some of his plays. Sean McVay is great in West Coast offense. Steal some of his plays. Like I said this earlier, a good offensive coordinator is a collector of good plays. We seen it with the 49ers, right? We saw the Detroit Lions pull off that flea flicker shit in a game. You know, we saw the Detroit Lions pull off that flea flicker shit in a game the week before. They seen the shit, stole it, put it in their arsenal, and they use it against us for a touchdown. Like that's good. That's a good offensive coordinator. You saw some stuff you thought was dope and that you could use with your personnel, and you added it to your bag, and you added it to your damn bag. That's what Mike McCarthy should do. Right? If you're really a good offensive coordinator, a good play caller, you will be a little bit better in your own self-evaluation. You'll be honest with yourself, like, man, this shit's not working. I need to probably do this, this, and this. I seen them do this, this, and this. We got the personnel to do this, and we should do that. Jamie and Cal, yeah, he probably is lazy. You remember when that man said that he spent the entire year looking at analytics, and then he told everybody he lied to get the job? It was funny then, but he meant that shit. He ain't look at nothing. He like your homeboy that he graduated from med school on his on his transcript. Knowing that man lying. He that homeboy that try to finesse the system to get the good paying jobs, man. So yeah, man. So. But Jamie and Cal, that's why I know them. That's why I know we running Mike McCarthy's offense, because Aaron Rodgers was done with the man 10 years ago, and this man running the same tired, boring, vanilla ass plays. No, that's why it looked similar to what the hell Kellen Moore was doing yesterday. Okay, it looked like, hey man, neither offensive coordinator yesterday looked good. For everything they said about Kellen Moore, him being over there with a better quarterback and all those weapons, it didn't look like it, because he did not do shit. Them boys scored 17 points. Hey, Mafia Mod said, just please don't steal any more plays from our ops. Let Shigos keep that tush push. Man, listen, I don't like that tush push stuff. Especially with the way our offensive line has been playing. I don't like that tush push stuff. But some of these better designed passing plays, you should steal that shit. The Miami Dolphins over there scored 70 points. Them boys scored 70 points in an NFL game. I'm stealing something from their ass. They scored 70. You ain't supposed to be able to do that in the NFL. So I'm stealing plays from Miami. I'm stealing plays from Kansas City. I'm stealing plays from the 49ers. Everybody, I'm stealing plays. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. I promise you ain't nothing wrong with that. And hey, shout out to my guy over here with the $5 cash app. He said trade Gallup for Leighton Vander Esch for Derrick Henry. I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't do that. The only reason why I wouldn't do that is because I don't think they'll give Derrick Henry enough carries to be productive. Derrick Henry needs 20 carries. Derrick Henry needs 20, 25 carries to be Derrick Henry, because he's a battering ram that's going to wear you down over the course of the game. Dallas Cowboys don't even believe in giving running backs 20 carries. Not no single running back. They don't believe in giving a single running back. He said, would I trade Gallup and LVE for Isaiah Land? No. I would not trade those guys for Isaiah Land because I don't need another pass rusher. I miss Isaiah Land. I wish he was on the team. But I'm not trading away assets to get another pass rusher, especially a pass rusher that has not proven himself in the NFL. Jamie and Kyle, I take Jerry Jeudy too. I take Jerry Jeudy. If you want to trade Michael Gallup and LVE for Jerry Jeudy, I do that. Because Jerry Judy's a good route runner. He's not going to be asked to be the number one. Probably won't even be asked to be the number two. And also to throw this out, you cannot actually trade a player that is on IR. Leighton Vander Esch is on IR, so he's not even an option to trade. By the time that you're able to trade Leighton Vander Esch, the trade deadline will have been passed. But he's on IR right now, so you can't do that. All right, so moving along, man. Let's see. I got a couple more slides. We got folks that were talking. They gave post-game interviews, so let's keep rocking. So shout out to my boy Professor O, man. He a real solid dude, and I got to clear my schedule so me and Bro can do some more content together, man. He's a great dude. But he said, according to PFF, these were your 4 highest graded defensive players last night, man. These were your 4 highest graded ones. My boy, hey, Fresh King, what's up with you, my boy? He said my trade offer a first, 4th, and Michael Gallup for Jerry Jeudy and Patrick Surtain. Oh, you gonna go ahead and get everybody from over there. Yeah, listen, Jerry Jeudy and Pat Surtain, I would trade whatever to get them boys. Like, I trade some picks and Michael Gallup to get both them boys. I would do that. But there are 3 highest rated guys were that boy Osa, Marquise Bell. Marquise Bell was everywhere, man. Like, Marquise Bell balled. Marquise Bell was exceptional. I did not really know what he would do playing, that pseudo linebacker role, but he has been exceptional. He was exceptional last night. DeMarcus Lawrence, who continues to have a great impact in both the run game and getting pressures. And then, of course, the young lion, Micah Parsons. Like, Micah Parsons, showed up and showed out. I showed you his stat line from earlier: 8 pressures, 3 hits, 1 sack. He was exceptional. Jamie and Kyle call that man the wolf hugger. Y'all be on these boys' tops, man. But salute to those defensive players, man. They played their asses off. They were great for us. They were 1A. And really, man, your special teams let you down more than your defense did. Your special teams allowed a long return that gave the Chargers a short field that led to a touchdown. And your special teams touched the ball when they didn't need to that gave the Chargers a short field that led to a touchdown. Because the only 2 times they scored touchdowns was when the special team gave them short fields. They held up in the red zone. The other times they didn't let them drive the ball a lot. So your defense was exceptional all the way around. Gilly, game sealing interception. The run Bland was everywhere. A bunch of pass breakups. Should have had 2 interceptions. Definitely almost had himself a pick 6. Yeah, special team is normally perfect. But hey, shout out to Butter Aubrey. That what Dak Prescott called that man. He said that man smooth. Yeah, Jamie and Kyle, it was gonna be over. It would have been 24-10. It was a wrap. Where your defense was playing, and it was the 4th quarter, it was a wrap, dog. You would have went up 24-10 on them boys. And then, because he's going to be trying to pass the ball to get back in the game, he probably would have threw another pick. That's how shit snowballs, right? You're behind in the game. You got to throw the ball around the yard to get back into the game. Yeah, that boy Harris got them boys balling, man. He need to teach them how to catch. But hey, the run Bland is actually leading the NFL in interceptions right now. But hey, you have a blessed one, Mafia Miles. You keep rocking, man. I'm gonna holler at you later on, man. Bro, that man is. Hey, Brandon Aubrey is crazy, man. Brandon Aubrey is crazy the way he came in kicking. Thank God for Brandon Aubrey, man. And this is one other thing I did want to touch on, though. Yeah, refs were horrible, but we were undisciplined in some things. Like lining up off sides, like it's the stuff that like lining up off sides is like a cardinal sin. Like that's the one thing that pisses me off so bad. Some of that shit was ticky tack, but you know, you got to be you got to be more disciplined than that to just line up off sides. Yeah, man. He normally catch everything. Him and Trayvon Diggs is a hell of a tandem. Yeah, hey, King Kaiser, that man had 10 targets. And so peep this, Dak Prescott only had 9 incompletions. Seven of them things came when he was targeting Michael Gallup. So I'm not saying anything crazy about Michael Gallup. I'm just telling y'all facts right now. Like Michael Gallup, if he's gonna be out there getting them kind of targets, he needs to be better. If he's going to get those kind of targets, he has to be better. Either Michael Gallup has to be better, or the Dallas Cowboys have to stop targeting him 10 times. Like CeeDee Lamb played to the level where he deserved 10 targets. Brandon Cooks played to the level where he deserved about 7 targets. Right? Like they made plays. But Michael Gallup, 3 catches on 10 targets is not gonna get it. It's not. And if you cannot be better than what you have been, then we have to see Jalen Tolbert. Then we have to see Jalen Tolbert, or you need to trade and get another wide receiver before the trade deadline. I rock with Michael Gallup. I love his story. I love the things he's overcome in his personal life. You know, I love that he's a homegrown talent. But you have to be better. You have to be better than this. You dropped the touchdown in between 3 folks that could have easily been intercepted. And listen, I know there were some plays that they got real handsy with Michael Gallup. They were hugging that boy, pulling his jersey, everything. But you got to be better than what you were being. Because there was a couple of them that hit you in the hand, Mike, you just didn't catch them. There were a couple of them that hit you right in the hand, and you just ain't catch them. Like I rock with Gallup the long way, man. But you can't do that. Hey, Heist said go get Adam Thielen. Shit, I bet you Adam Thielen wouldn't mind being a Dallas Cowboy. I think he'll like to come over here and play with Dak and them over playing with Bryce Young right now. Cause they ain't won a game yet. If I'm not mistaken, they ain't won a game yet. They said that man should be in Cleveland. Oh my God. Hey, he's the one that should be in Cleveland, and we should still have Amari Cooper. Like that's just facts though. We should be the ones. He should be the one in Cleveland, and Amari Cooper should still be here. Well, let's continue on. He said, hit that like, y'all. We getting drunk at the liquor store. Yeah, man, we getting drunk in the liquor store, man. If you ain't hit that like button yet, man, please hit that like button. Hey, it's legal to drink now. We ain't drinking and driving. So yeah, if you ain't hit that like button yet, please hit that like button. If you ain't hit that share button yet, man, please hit that share button. If you ain't slapped the shit out of an Eagles fan yet, please slap the shit out of the Eagles fan. And if you ain't hit the Cash App or that Super Chat yet, man, for a chance to win one of the prizes, make sure you hit that Cash App or that Super Chat, man, because we still giving out a copy of Madden 24, a Dallas Cowboys jersey, and a Dallas Cowboys bobblehead. But let's continue on with the content, man. Let's get back into the content. He said Gallup has been piss poor. He been dealing with some injuries and some separation issues. Yo, SoCal Dallas fan, what's Gucci, man? They were tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. I think I uncovered most of these slides, man. Yeah, man. Hey, we ain't bootlegging, man. We just up here getting drunk on some good liquor. Hey, we smoking on that Chargers pack, and we done pulled up. So we just chilling, man. We chilling. It's a triumphant Tuesday. Yeah, Bell was out there balling. But hey, let's hear from our Dallas Cowboys, man. Let's hear from our Dallas Cowboys, because they did have some stuff to say after the victory. So they talked to Dak, they talked to CD, they talked to TP. They even talked to Mike McCarthy. Matter of fact, I want to hear some shit from Mike McCarthy first. I want to know what was his mindset, man. I want to know what this man's mindset was with some of those plays. Said the Pollard touchdown pass should have been Gallup. Well, see, that it's double fold. Like, Tony got the separation, but couldn't make the catch. Michael Gallup probably would have made the catch, but he probably wouldn't have got that much separation like TP did. So it's a double-edged sword. It really would have been called. It was a slightly better ball. But it is what it is. I'm not too mad at anything that happened. When you win, you forgive a lot of shit. Like, when you win, you forgive a lot of shit. All right, let's get into it. We're going to hear from Mike McCarthy, and we're going to see what the hell is going on in this man's mind with some of these play calling. I'm not going to sit here and say it was all bad, but it was definitely far from great. It was far from great. So let's see what Mike has got to say, man. Let's see what Mike McCarthy has got to say.
Dallas Morning News. After the game last night, you were talking about the roller coaster nature of the first 6 weeks of the regular season here. Have you found in the past, have you had the success you've wanted with the team that's kind of up and down, or does that need to improve that continuity and have a more even keel over the course of the season to get to where you want to go?
Well, I feel there's always patterns each and every season. I think September football, there are certain trends that you see in September football, but at the end of the day, every season is different. We've had 3 high moments. Obviously with the type of victories that we had. We've had 2 competitive games. That's why I think the win yesterday will serve us well, because we got into situations that we haven't had a lot of experience in. As far as 2-minute drills for the defense and so forth. So yeah, I mean it's. There's highs and lows you go through every year, but just in this short range of games, the peaks and valleys have been, different than I've encountered as a head coach.
Have you found with some of your better teams through the years that does smooth itself out even after you have these type of starts?
It's part of your journey. It's part of your path. I mean, to think you control all that, that's not realistic. It's whether we're talking about expectations, every team has a goal to get through this journey and win the Super Bowl. I mean, I clearly think every team I've ever been a part of it. I mean, that's how your year starts. But everybody has a different path that's cut, and it's important for us to keep our eyes forward and keep moving forward. It's a beautiful thing that we get to come in here and talk about the negativities of the great game that we're a part of, but also you can't lose sight of the positive components that give you the fuel to continue to move forward. But the negative moments are great opportunities and experiences that you have to have. I mean, you're never going to be who you want to be if you don't go through those moments.
Clarence Hill, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. First of all, can you talk about what the plan is for the team this week for the bye week?
Yes, players were in today. They did sick call. Everybody went through the medical component of it. So then they had their strength and conditioning workout, and there's a few positions that are in meetings right now. So some guys were here early. We gave the position coaches the option to go through the grading of the film. So once the grading is completed with the team, the players are on the bye week.
So nothing tomorrow. They're done.
Yes,
today.
correct. Yes.
Secondly, Dak's running, scrambling, was that part of the game plan, or was it kind of natural flow? And do you need him to use his legs to make this offense go?
Well, I mean, running and scrambling, I mean, just from my viewpoint, and the training's different. Scrambling's part of the passing game. Yes, it's the way we train. You see us practice in the quarterback schools and all those things. So the scrambling component is part of the passing game. The called runs, we're selective when we do it, and so I mean, he's very productive, obviously, on on a touchdown run. You know, it was a big play in the game. But yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in, you know, making Dak you know, you won't see me call 12 quarterback runs in a game, I guess, to answer your question.
Yeah, he talked last
Don't
night.
tell anybody, though. Okay.
You tweet us in the TV cameras.
Here you guys scheme again, yeah?
But he talked about needing to use his legs more and do it. He hadn't done it much earlier in the season, but, you know, even, you know, taking off, you know, from the pocket. Just,
Yeah, I think really that kind of goes back to the first question. I mean, you know, these games, you know, we've been in different games. I mean, there's games where he hasn't needed to. So, and there's games where he will need to. You know, this defense is, you know, we had a lot of respect for the pass rush. You know obviously we gave up 5 sacks, but you know the wide rushers. You know, there's definitely opportunity there to come up through the A and B gaps, and I thought he did a good job of working through his progressions and escaping and activating the scramble drill.
Mike Toddarch with ESPN. How is Dak, in your mind, above the 2.3, as you call it? What do you think he does there?
Well, I think that he does. You know, it's once again, it's you know, it's the second phase of the pass game. There's decision making. Also, there's route running discipline, and there's lanes to be filled. You know, so it's not as much just him. It's really the whole perimeter group and the pass protection group staying alive. So it's really a coordinated effort by all the guys. It's definitely not something the quarterback can do by himself. But I think he does a really good job with it.
John Michelle, The Athletic. After the game, when you gathered the team around, you said that line about the ordinary people with extraordinary beliefs. Where did that come from? Was that like a mantra, like during the week that you came up with, or what?
No, it was part of the message in the chapel the night before, and frankly, you know, there's a number of things that was said in that chapel that I think we all needed to hear. I know I did. So too much looking in the past. I think we do probably too much if there is a such thing. I thought the accountability of the team last week was excellent, but we were talking about the last game way too much, and and that was part of the message in chapel, and I think it's definitely one we'll revisit moving forward.
Patrick.
Hey Mike, Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. Obviously, 4-2 is a good place to be going into your bye. Kind of a roller coaster over the past 4 weeks, but going into the bye, what's one thing that you would like to see you guys come out cleaner with after the bye, and what's one thing that you love going into the bye that you guys are doing well?
Well, I mean, you know, roller coaster rides are fun, so you got to make sure you look at the high points of it too, and the turns and twists that, you know, give you a chance to learn. So, you know, to be honest with you, we have a segment called Across the Hall. I think I've spoken on it before. We'll do that Monday when we get back with the players. So, and that'll kind of coincide with the self-scout things that'll come out of the offensive, defense, and special teams, advanced studies. But, you know, and then we got to turn the page and get on to the Rams. You know, get going. To me, this season's really kind of broken up in trimesters this year. Just the way it's fallen. We just completed our first one, so and just get ready for this next run. You know, so you know we've been on the road 4 out of 6 games. It'll be great to be back home. You know, playing in front of our crowd. But yeah, just we got to improve. You know, I think, you know, just, you know, speaking to the coordinators a little bit before coming down here. You know, I think the description yesterday, I thought Dan said it best, was, you know, it was gritty, it just wasn't pretty, you know, and so you guys like pretty, you know, so it's part of wearing the star, but the gritty part is to me that's our foundation, and that's something we need to continue to build off of, but we do need to clean some things up. You know, the pre-snap penalties, you know, it's you know, we were in a you know, highly penalized game, you know, last night for both teams, and you know, I just think it's all part of growing as a team and being engaged in the ebb and flow of it. You know, when they're calling it tight like that, you got to be extra disciplined. You know, particularly with your alignments and your hand utilization, because of the things that they're focused on. So, just continue to find ways, be creative, and you know, and be demanding, and make sure we're stressing the right things coming out of this bye.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. We look back too much. Was that more so it was the 49er game, or was that more in general?
Yeah, 49er game. Yeah, I mean, it's we you know, it was an experience, and you know, you know, I tell you what, the most important thing was to have a response, and we responded. You know, we responded in a big way. So, you know, that was a tough game on a lot of fronts. It was a team that was coming out of the body, they threw a lot at us. I mean, they threw, you know, on both sides of the ball. So, you know, particularly their defense. You know, we saw a lot of scheme, you know, a lot of tendency breakers. So, so that we'll be better for it. So.
How would you assess Gallup so far? It looked like as if he's always making some tough catches, or he's in those tough situations so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, really it's just part of the way you know, the game goes. I mean, we're not, you know, we don't go out and say, okay, Michael, you only get to run the tough routes. That's not, you know, that's not the plan. But, you know, I just think, you know, sometimes you can see, obviously Dak has a lot of faith in him, you know, a lot of very high belief in him. So, you know, that's probably part of it.
Coach, Aisha Moore from Cowboys.com. Coach, you spoke about the wide nine and how that stresses an offensive line. The last couple of teams are stunning a lot at you folks. Is that communication and stuff something that you guys are going to work on or try to work on until the bye with this offensive line just starting to find some cohesion?
Yeah, I think it's an excellent point. I think clearly, you know, that the continuity of an offensive line is only built working every day together. So, you know, we've had our first full week going into this game. You know, they didn't show as much movement with their inside three, with their inside pieces. Clearly went to a bunch of it going into the game. Understand why. You know, we felt that was an area that, you know, that we matched up very well. So we saw a lot more inside movement. But you know, the wide nine, the wide set edges of the 3-4. That's who they are. So that's part of their deal. But you know, man to man is something that we're going to continue to see each and every week. I think just clearly coming out of San Francisco and you see the first play of the game was man against us. So that's when that just all plays to the point I'm making. We'll be better for this.
Scott Rickson with the AP. One more time on the looking back too much thing. It struck me on the TV interview on the field last night with Dak. He was asked something about the game and had a couple of sentences about that, but then he just kind of stopped and said, but that's all in the past. And he was talking about something that was like an hour earlier on the field. That's all in the past. We're looking forward. You see that out of him a little bit more, or is that also just kind of an element of your message on?
Well, I think you know, he was at Chapel. You know, I spoke on it again in the team meeting. So I think it's all a point in the messaging that we all identified with. You know, so you know, it was important for, you know, for us to move forward and get the win. So, and I think our guys did an excellent job with that.
Clarence.
The running game, what do you need to do to get that untracked? I mean,
I got to get in sync. Yeah, we got to get in sync. You know, we had some declaration challenges. The movement, and that's going to the earlier question. The movement inside was a challenge for us. So, have a lot of confidence. I don't think you can work against a better defensive line that moves as much as our defensive line. So we've had a lot of work in training camp and that. So we'll just you know, we still do a competitive period on Thursday. So we definitely focus. As an offense, you talk to any offensive line coach, you can't get enough work in the movement part of it, both in the run and the pass rush.
what was the basic decision to bring up Davis and sit Deuce?
Special teams, yes. It was a big part of that was special teams.
Todd.
Mike, when these guys come back on Monday, do you reset where everything is as you head into the, I guess this would be the second trimester? Do you reset where you guys are standing-wise, conference-wise, anything like that on a big picture?
I don't think. I don't pay much attention to the records. I think, you know, there's two things I've really always focused on is us, yourself, Scott, and your division. I don't think you ever have to look outside of your division for a barometer where you are, especially in October. Yeah, so I go by the old adage, you know, when you get to 10 wins, then look around. You know, it's probably 11 wins now to 17-game season. So yeah, I think a lot of that's. I get it's part of our business, and there's a lot of conversation with that. But I've never used that with the team. I just don't think it's. I don't see the benefit of it, frankly.
And then you mentioned 4 of your first 6 were on the road. Now you get 5 of your next 7 at home.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah. I know it was quite a bit. Yeah.
How, you know, is this where, does that help that where you want to get off that roller coaster and stabilize the fact that?
Oh yeah, there's no place like home, right? I mean, it's you know, when it's important for us to, you know, maintain the the home field advantage that we've established. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing at home.
Scholar.
Sorry, I blanked on you there. I lost it.
Can I use that moving forward? I like that. That's a great response.
I got it.
No, that's all right. No, we're good. No, it's okay.
Mike, he was an eyelash away from a third consecutive game without a sack, which hasn't happened to him much in his 3 years. What can you say about him and that kind of a play in that moment when he's been kind of shut out for a little while?
I think it speaks to him. I mean, I think it speaks to the responsibility that he has. He's an elite player. He's a big time player. I know he's young. He's still growing, but the play needed to be made. He went out and did it. So I mean, that's, if you look at the history of this league, that's when those caliber players usually step up.
Speaking of stepping up, you started Bell last night after watching the tape, and
Yeah.
what were your thoughts about how he
Played extremely well. We're still working through the game balls, but I think he'll probably be the front of the line. He played at that level, so I thought he had an excellent performance.
I remember last year when Ron Bland came up, you just said instantly when he walked in the building during the pre-draft workouts that you knew he could play. Was that similar to Bell, or was it?
Their personalities, just a lot of confidence, from day one. I mean, you could tell right away they belonged. I mean, it wasn't too big for them in their early days, and you just see them getting better and better. So just playing with a lot of confidence, both those young guys.
All righty, thanks. Oh, Todd.
One quick follow-up on Bell, if I may. His size, just talking about his size, he seems, he's kind of small to play that position.
Well, yeah, and I think we got to be smart about it too. I mean, how we utilize them. So I think Dan and his staff are doing a great job with that.
First half, I think you guys used motion 80% of the snaps.
Okay.
And then the second half, it kind of trailed off. Was there just something that you wanted to, tired of us talking about the lack of motion? They said, all right, here you go, everybody.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking about. I mean, I was really thinking about my mother getting on my ass about my call sheet, not covering up my mouth. So, sorry, I didn't get to the media vocal points on my call sheet, but no. To be honest with you, I quit the motions because of the pre-snaps, just the way it was going and just the way they were playing. I mean, the reason why we motioned is a number of reasons. I don't get too deep in this, but I thought they did an excellent job of holding their coverages. Their disguise is probably one of the better disguised defenses that we've seen this year. So, but we weren't getting a whole lot of bang for our buck there. So, so I like to play fast, get up and attack, so forth. But yeah, the motion standpoint was more about them than us.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, man. All right. So that was Mike McCarthy and his, thoughts after the game. And they actually asked him some decent questions. They actually asked him some decent questions. And like he mentioned Dak Prescott, talk about him running. He said scramble drill is part of the passing game. After the 2.3, that's where they're trying to operate in and getting the ball out 2.3 seconds. Get through your reads in 2.3 seconds. He said after that, you should be getting to the scramble drill. He said, and in his words, he said he's not really handcuffing Dak in making those decisions on if you want to run the ball, extend the play, so on and so forth. Right? He said sometimes there is going to be needed in the offense. So, did they ask him what happened before half? I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't think they did. Joshua Fisher, what's up with you, man? How you living? They better get better before halftime. Should have taken at least one shot to the end zone. I do agree with that. Hey, that was funny as hell. Yeah, that was funny as hell. But he said his mom's got on him. Yeah, after the Gallows catch, there was 42 seconds left, but Gallows' forward progress was stopped because he went out of bounds sideways, so they continue to run the clock. One of my critiques was I felt he should have called a timeout then, and you would have still had what 42 seconds left to run another play, and then you would have had more opportunity to try and take a shot towards the end zone or do whatever. Yeah, so yeah, I agree with you. On that. They should have called a timeout right after the Gallup play. DC Live Texas said, "Did you see that they had a meeting today to keep other teams from interfering with a playoff team with a head coach job interview?" No, I didn't. I did not know that. I did not know they did that. Connor is on IR, so he won't be able to be traded for. I would trade for Zach Ertz though, because he's a veteran tight end with playoff experience, and he's played in this division before. He was with the Eagles, so I would trade for Zach Ertz because I could use him. I could definitely use him. He said mismanagement of clock still lingering. Yeah, like Mike McCarthy ain't never been a great situational, guy. He never has. Like he never has. So you just have to hope that Dak Prescott and some of the guys on offense can be good situationally. Because it's just not in Mike McCarthy. It's just not who he is. It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Mike McCarthy has had clock minimums issues since he's been in the NFL. Since he's been in the NFL, he's had clock minimum issues. So I don't expect it to change too much. All right, let's see. So we've been on here for an hour and 21 minutes. Y'all still trying to rock or what, man? Because I got some more post-game interviews, different things we can talk about. So what y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to wrap it up, or y'all still rocking with your boy, man? Let me know something. Let's see a show of hands, see who's still active in the chat box, man. Put a yes or a no in the chat box. Y'all still trying to rock a little bit longer, or what, man? He said, I did, but the 3 hats. Okay. The original people, what's up? He said, I just pulled up, Henny. Action Jackson said, we rocking. No, hey, but my boy just pulled up. We gonna have to rock. We gotta rock a little bit longer then. We gotta rock a little bit longer. Desmond Ironman said, yay. All right. So y'all said yeah. So let's get it in then, man. Let's get it in. And hey, y'all know the drill. If y'all just now sliding in, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit an Eagles fan upside the head. Do all the things y'all need to do when entering into the liquor store, man. Y'all know the usual rules of engagement. But yeah, man, let's get into it though. Let me get this pulled up. All right, so let's talk to Dak. All the player stuff is gonna be from yesterday, because the only thing they did today was come in, get a physical, make sure they were still healthy, and they're on vacation. They're on vacation for a week. So we're gonna hear from number 4 real quick though, right? Because number 4 was out there balling, going crazy. So we're gonna hear from Dak Prescott. Hey, that's good, Craig. I'm glad you got your hats, man. Did I see Michael? I ain't seen Michael stuff yet. Hey, he said the best part of waking up is Henny in my cup. Boy, you gonna be drunk as hell the entirety of the day. You wake up drinking Henny on an empty stomach. Oh man, you going to jail, my boy. He said, should the OC take over play calling? If it doesn't get better, if play calling does not get better, then you should definitely consider it. You should definitely consider it. Hey, Dak Prescott balled, man. But hey, let's see what the baller had to say. I feel better than I did, Craig. Like my fever broke. I'm still full of good medication, so I know I feel way better than I did earlier. And we need a running back. We definitely do. But hey, I'm gonna stop talking. We can hear from this balling ass dude right here.
The week and what this win means for y'all.
That was big. Obviously, just coming off of the performance last week, just wanted to respond. This game couldn't. I bet if you asked anybody in the locker room, this game couldn't come fast enough. I just want to get that taste out of your mouth and move forward. And that's what our message is really were this week, but just about moving forward. Learning from what happened in the past, but putting forward our best effort. And It was a great team. We went out there and we played. We knew it going into this. Very explosive, fundamental on all aspects, and huge win, especially going into the bye week. Forward to everything in front of us.
Dak Toddart with ESPN. Resilience was your team's theme last year. How much do you think you guys showed that today?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what today was in that sense of, especially after following last week and getting down early in the game. Feeling some adversity, but guys, everybody responding, just buckling it up, trusting everything that we've preached, everything that we've put into this, trusting our brotherhood, and then fighting to the end. I mean, I got to make that throw to get the touchdown right there at the end, and I'm on the sideline pissed off about that and look up and hear our defense makes a play, and that's what it's about, having each other's back, and so thankful.
John Machado, The Athletic. With you using your legs today, is that just how the game unfolded, or is that part of the plan going in?
I'd say it's how the game unfolded. A little bit of maybe a conscious effort by myself, just coming off of last week, realizing that maybe that's something I could use, we could use in this sense. And then obviously, I mean, those guys had some great coverage at the beginning of the play, and Mike always is preaching about the 2.3, and guys did a great job of coming open after it, staying alive. Offensive line, keeping their bodies on someone, giving me a chance to get out in different lanes, and so kind of how it played, but I think it's something that can benefit us.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. That 60-yard reception to Pollard, was that an example of your night overall offensively? Like you about to get sacked, and then somehow you get a pass off to Tony and it makes a big play?
Yeah, I don't know if I was about to get sacked there, or rather I just moved. I don't think anybody touched me. But was I?
I think you got out of a sack.
I broke a tackle there?
Yeah, you spun out of it.
Yeah, sure. Or I just turned right and came back left. It happens fast. It happens.
All right, Michael Vick.
No, I ain't that fast. Yeah. React, just playing and reacting, I guess. But yeah, in a sense, I mean, as I just said, that's a resilient play then, honestly, especially if I, you know what I mean, got out of a tackle there. And Tony doing a great job of getting open, finding the window. As I got out, I saw, some grass in front of me to potentially run, but always just trying to keep my eyes downfield, look back, looking for a tight end or a receiver coming across, and here comes Tony out of the backfield, and threw it to him, and then he went and got a lot more than the play that I made. So almost scored. I guarantee if he realizes there's a guy to the right that he does score. But huge play, big play in the game.
One more. Why do you think it was working so much with Cooks and Lamb tonight?
One more time. What was working so much?
Why do you think it was working so well with those two guys?
Yeah, I mean, that was part of the plan. You talk about what was part of the plan going into this game, knowing that we'd get some matchups with those guys, understanding how they were going to play CeeDee, clouding his side, when they were going to, giving the Cooks outside some one-on-ones, and we took advantage of them. Cooks did a great job. Tonight was due. Tonight was due up, and just the player that he's been, the person that he's been, everything that he brings to this team, getting the touchdown, big third down catches, plays that he made all over the field, and he was due for a night like this. Happy for him, and it'll only grow from here.
Dak, the 4th and 1, 18-yard touchdown run, your longest touchdown run of your career. Where did that play come from?
Yeah, I mean, just off of a run play, we've been running a good little bit. Had CeeDee in motion as an option. Defensive end took TP. The two other guys ran towards CeeDee. Just allowed me to cut upfield, and great play call, honestly. Great play call. They're going all out. Wasn't necessarily sound on their end. Somebody's got to have the quarterback, but not showing my legs early in the year, not running, I think played a part in that, and so I'm just able to go get it.
Hey, Dak, Patrick Walker, Cowboys.com. After last week's game, obviously everybody was frustrated, but CeeDee also visibly during the game. He said that you guys met or talked after the game on Monday, the following Monday, and got on the same page, and it was a fresh slate. Can you talk a bit about how your chemistry between you two helped him propel these 7 catches, 7 targets, 117 yards?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's frustrated from last week, honestly. I was just as frustrated as he was, right? Maybe it wasn't as visible, but maybe more frustrated. I tell CeeDee all the time, nobody's a bigger fan of his game than I am, and we're on the same page. And from our conversation, me and that guy put a lot of work into this thing, and that's really what it just talked about is understanding what we put in this. Those games are going to happen. Unfortunately, you don't want them to happen. Damn sure don't want it to happen in the way that they panned out like that, but then there's going to be games that the team says, hey, if you got to beat us, you're going to do it without CeeDee, and he's got to be there to make all the assists and do all the other plays and the dirty plays. So, I mean, that was part of our communication. But, yeah, and they give him opportunities like that, like they did tonight. He's going to take advantage of them. I'm going to take advantage of them. And I told y'all before, he's a hell of a player and one of the best I've been around.
Dak, Jeff Gold with Fox 4. This is the first game you guys have been in this year decided by less than 12 points. What kind of value can you take from winning that type of game?
Yeah, this is huge, and that's actually what I told the offense when we were taking that kneel down there on that first knee down was these are the games we're going to be in. I mean, we've had some blowouts, and then we had some games that didn't go our way that were maybe a little over a score, and the one lopsided. So we haven't had close games, but this is what the NFL is about, and that's all I said is we've got to get used to this. We've got to stay confident in this, understand that these close games, one score, field goal games, touchdown games, we've got to believe in ourselves, finishing it on our terms with the ball in our hands. And thankful for our defense right there, getting us that ball, getting that turnover. We're able to do that. But that's the NFL. I mean, that's what the NFL is about. Close games, winning the game at the end, and credit to everybody that played a part in this one.
Hey, Dak, Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media. You said you pretty much set it up on offense for your defense to really come through. In the last 2 minutes, they really came through for you guys, especially with Stephon and Michael. Can you talk a little bit about just what that means for this team, especially having that, you talked about resilience on the defensive side.
Yeah, for sure. As I said, I mean, I was pissed. I wanted to. I know I can. I should. And trust me, I won't sleep over one throw tonight. And that's that one right there at the end of the game. That should have been a touchdown to Tony in the end zone. And so, but if you got to go sit on the sideline, got field goal, at least we took the lead. And then to watch a guy like Micah show up. That's what great players do, show up in big-time moments. And right first sack of the game, hadn't had one all game. And there he goes, here he comes, it's an important time, gets a sack. And then right there next, defensive player of the year, veteran, guy that's a leader of this team, gets the game-sealing interception. Talks about guys just doing the right thing, staying at it, staying consistent. And guys really picking up and just being there for one another. And that's what the defense did for me in that moment, did for the team in that moment of getting that turnover. And, yeah, that was that. I hope I ain't got a lot more questions to ask since we've just got this flow.
Joe Hoyt, Lone Star Live. Brandon talked this week about kind of patience and trust in the process. Obviously, tonight kind of took advantage of the opportunities that came this way. How much of a tone-setting leadership was kind of Brandon Cook's patience?
Oh, yeah, you just got here. Yeah, I talked about it, though. I'm just messing with you. I talked about it in the sense is this was a game that was huge for Brandon in the sense of he's done everything right from the moment that he showed up in the spring, being a consistent leader, leading other guys on the field, off the field, and just doing everything right and everything that we've asked him to do in between the lines, and hasn't really reaped the rewards, I guess you can say, of the work that he's put in throughout early in the season, whether it be targets, catches, or whatever. But tonight, some big plays, some big third down conversions, the touchdown there. The guy showed up, and that's what he'll continue to do. And tonight's just a big step and who he's going to be for the rest of the year. And yeah, thankful that we've got this guy on our team, and glad he had the night that he had. Proud of him and happy for him.
Back row.
Yeah.
Joe Reedy, Associated Press. So just catching up with Kellen before the game, what was that like, and what does it mean to go into the bye week with momentum?
Yeah, huge to go in the bye week with momentum. I just said it to somebody in the locker room. I said, now I can enjoy the bye week. That's what it's about. Is 4-2, a little over a quarter of the season puts us right where we want to be. Got this big win on the road. Can build off of this one, give us confidence coming out of the bye week to continue to stack and just get better as a team and chase every goal that we have in front of us. And to catch up with Kellen was great. Had nothing to do with football in the brief time that we said what's up. Shared some family news between one another, and just yeah, great to see the guy. I mean, great to see the guy, see him smiling, see him happy. That's what life's about. He's a brother well beyond this game, and yeah.
Dak, San Francisco loses, Philly loses. Does that matter at this point of the season for you guys to come and now win this one to get to 4-2?
I mean, it was huge for us to get to 4-2. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But as I talked about our message throughout these days, we're moving forward and running our race, honestly. You've got to show up week in and week out in this league. If you look back at this past weekend, obviously that shows you that. And the last thing that we can do is start watching other teams and start, if they do this, if they do that, but we do this. Like, one, it's too early, and two, at the end of the day, we've got to go win games, and we've got to win games when it's available, or when we were available to do that. And obviously, as it gets latter part of the year, it'll show a playoff picture, but we've got to focus on getting better, peaking at the right time, being the best versions of ourselves every week that we show up, and just continuing to make strides of getting better.
You said it's a big win. Was this a must-win, though?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was a must-win.
Why? I mean, it's early
No,
in
I
the
mean,
season.
early in the season, but 3-3, 4-2 or 3-3, it's a huge difference. Yeah, it just is. I mean, yeah, like I get exactly what you're saying. It's early in the season. I've been in the 3-5 season that we turned it around and went on a win streak and won the division. So I get what you're saying, but 4-2, second road win of the year, against a great team, against a great offense, great defense. Going into the bye week, yeah, I mean, we talked about after last week not allowing this thing to landslide, and obviously I think a win like this allows you to really close that book. Obviously, we closed that book throughout this week, preparing for this game, moving on, not just talking about it, but being about it, practicing that right way, preparing the right way to do that. But when you get this win like we did, you definitely can move on. Now we'll move forward from this one. Go watch it, get better, critique it hard, see how we can get better from this game, even on a win, and then, as I said, enjoy the bye week. Get healthy, enjoy the bye week, and then stack after that.
Dennis Freeman, News for Us Online. Dak, how does these type of wins define the team?
Yeah, I mean, just shows the fight. Shows the fight, as I talked about, the brotherhood, having each other's back. So many back and forths. I'd say so many of those, 17, 20 game, but just back and forth, whether it be a possession, we stop them, they stop us, they score, we score, they score, whatever it may be, of just having each other's back and being there for the other guy maybe when he's not at his best. And I think you could see that. It was evident at different times on both sides, really. I mean, credit those guys as well. They had some big-time stops, give their offenses back a chance. As I said, even me missing that throw right there, that offense got a chance to come on the field, win the game, tie the game, and our defense stepped up. So, I mean, credit to them. Credit to our defense. And that's what it's about, is the brotherhood that we have. And that's when you can really hang your hat on the brotherhood, and it's not just a word, and look back at evidence of it on film.
What was your reaction at the end of the half that Mike let the clock run down to 3 seconds rather than stopping it at 8 and giving you another shot at the end zone?
Maybe the distance that we're at. Honestly, in that time, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about the next play that comes in. But it'd be different maybe if we're on the 5-yard line, within the 10-yard line, where it's a quick strike to the end zone. But then again, you don't want something crazy to happen. Obviously, different scenarios all throughout the league. We practice different scenarios. In that case, we knew they were going to play soft. They weren't going to give that up. I mean, credit to those guys. It's not like they're going to challenge us, go one-on-one across the board and give us a favorable matchup. So we'd put a drive together, a point-scoring drive, and no problem right there. We're settling for 3. That's what we won by.
Dak, there's a lot of positives to unpack when it comes to Brandon Aubrey's story as far as what he went through to get here.
Yeah.
But as he approaches an NFL record as far as his streak for consecutive made field goals as a rookie, just how special and valuable has he been for the Cowboys?
He's butter Aubrey. Smooth, always has been. Day he showed up. Obviously, I'm a big fan of his game. Known him, obviously met him and known him years before he became a Dallas Cowboy. One of my best friends trains him, and so just to know his story, as I said, following him when he was in the USFL, and then for us to take a chance on him and then bring him in when we had another kicker in the preseason, just watch him kick. He's an athlete, man. He's an athlete playing kicker. And when you have that, he's been a professional. He's been a professional in soccer. He's been a professional in other football league, and then now to be here in the NFL. Yeah, he's mature as hell, and just butter with it, smooth. No surprise.
Why run a tush-push play?
They didn't push my tush enough. No, just didn't get it, honestly. Yeah, just didn't get it. Wish we did. Obviously, that would turn into more points, but yeah, let's get a new name for that.
Going viral. Let's go viral.
All right, and we're back again, dog. Dallas Cowboys, win against the Los Angeles Chargers. Danny Savage, I ain't going that far. because I actually see a lot of easier games coming up on our schedule. We play the Giants, who have 1 win. We play the Panthers that got 0 wins. We play the Rams that are going to be in Dallas. 5 of your next 7 games are in Dallas after going off a stint where 4 of your 6 games were on the road. So the Dallas Cowboys are actually in position to have a much better stretch of games than they did to start. And especially when you compare it to what the Eagles are going through. The Eagles are finna play the Dolphins. They're finna go to DC and play the Commanders. A team that took them to overtime. They play us. They play the Chiefs. They play the Bills. They play us again. We already had a trap game, Danny. Every game you play cannot be a trap game. Because how can the Rams, who have a good team who just aren't winning games, a trap game? They got a quarterback that won a Super Bowl. They got a wide receiver that won the Triple Crown, first time ever. They got a rookie wide receiver that's setting records. Like there's nothing about the Rams that says a trap game. Like a trap game would be against a team with no player over there that you really respect. Like they respect the Rams. Matthew Stafford was considered he was considered Patrick Mahomes before there was a Patrick Mahomes. Right? So I don't see that being a trap game. Like the Rams are a good team that just haven't won games yet. But I think the Rams will probably have a good record by the time we play them. Matter of fact, what the Ram records right now? I think the Rams are not too far off. And listen, the Los Angeles Rams, right? What's their record right now? So they just won another game. So let's see. Beat the Cardinals. What their record? What's the Rams record? Let me see. All right, so they beat the Seahawks, beat the Colts. So they're 3-3. They're only a game worse than us. Yeah, they're only a game worse than us. So they can't be a trap game. They'll probably be 4-3 by the time we play them. So there'll be a team with a winning record. Right? Cause who they play next? Because they play the Steelers, who can't really get. They got a good defense. They really don't have great offense. So I'm willing to bet they're probably 4-3 when they play the Dallas Cowboys. They'll be 4-3. We'll be 4-2. So yeah, I can't call that a trap game. They'll be ready to play the Rams because the Rams are competing for a playoff spot. So I don't see that as a trap game. I think they'll be prepared to play them, and we got a bye week to prepare for them. Yeah, the Cowboys in perfect position. We just got to beat the Rams coming out of a bye. Yeah, I'm not saying that the Rams are a bad team. Hey, Gumbo, like the Dallas Cowboys have not lost a home game in a long ass time. Dallas Cowboys have not lost at home in a long ass time. When you think about the debacles that happened last year, they happened on the road. They happened on the road. Matter of fact, I think the last home game the Dallas Cowboys lost was week 1 of last year. Week 1 of last year is the last time the Dallas Cowboys lost at home. We're on like a 10-11 game win streak in Dallas. But the game against the Buccaneers, week 1 was the last time the Dallas Cowboys lost a game in our home stadium. So I like that we've been playing at home. We're winning at home. Dallas Cowboys is not really a huge home field advantage, but yeah, the Dallas Cowboys have not lost at home in a long ass time. We ain't lost at home this year. Yeah, week 1 of last year is the last time that we lost at home. Yeah, Matthew Stafford having a good season, man. Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback. Like, man, the man he did just win a Super Bowl. Like, people forget that Matthew Stafford's like that because he played most of his career on the Lions with an incompetent roster. But Matthew Stafford's a very good quarterback. My boy Thomas said he's going to be at the game. He said Giants and Commanders ain't coming close to the playoffs. I mean, the Commanders are only a game back. Like, the Commanders are not a bad team either. They just don't have a great quarterback right now. Like, I think they got a play caller in place. I like their running back. I like their wide receivers. I like one of their tight ends. I like their defensive line. They just don't have a quarterback right now. Like, they're a quarterback away from being a problem. The Commanders are a quarterback away from being a problem. Yeah, they got a real legit D-line. And like you said, Chase Young has came back. Like, Chase Young is playing good football right now. Bro said he think the Rams are 3-2. Let me see. Because they lost to the Bengals. They lost to the Eagles. And they lost to the 49ers. They're 3-3. They lost to the Niners. They lost to the Bengals. And they lost to the Eagles. And they beaten the Colts, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. Gee, they're 3-3. With the Commanders, they gonna split with them. I think we'll split with them just because we ain't gonna have to play any of our players the last game of the year. Because the second game we actually go to Washington is the very last game of the regular season. So I expect for us to have competed and did what we needed to do to where that game does not matter. Like, that game not mattering is probably why we split. But I think they gonna come to Dallas on Thanksgiving. I believe we will win that game. So if we split, it'll be that game at the end of the season that probably won't matter. But I don't see the Commanders beating the Dallas Cowboys. I don't see them coming to Dallas and beating us. Hey, Zach Martin struggled this last game. The numbers say he struggled. And I'm the numbers guy. So, I will say it. He struggled a little bit this game. And that would be the one reason that we could really cause havoc. Matthew Stafford is damn near 40 years old. While his arm is still great, he was never a super athletic quarterback. I know, right? Seems like we played the Rams quite a bit. Cuz said he limped to the locker room. I can't really call that game. Pittsburgh quarterback is suspect. Listen. Like, he is very suspect. Like, you see flashes and then you also see, like, damn, he's a little bit off from being ready. Confident Cowboy fan, what's up with you, man? David tapping in and showing love to your boy Henny over here in the liquor store, man. So we just heard from Dak Prescott before y'all came in here. We talked about the overall team win and success a little bit, and then we went out and we listened to some of the words from Mike McCarthy. Then we heard from Dak Prescott. So let's continue on. Matter of fact, let me see if I got another slide before we jump into this. I think I showed them all. Let me double check though. I already showed that. I already showed the separation one. Yeah, it looked like I got all of them. Yeah, we good. We're good. We're good on the slides. Okay, so let's continue, man. He said, yeah, our run game has me worried. We need that. Yeah, listen, you cannot be a great team if you're one-dimensional. Like, Dak Prescott was able to do enough this game to help you. He said Dak has the most divisional wins since Brady. Against one team, against the division, yeah, probably. Hey, y'all know I don't do watch parties for the Cowboys because it's too stressful. But we damn sure can probably do a watch party. Well, let me see. I ain't gonna say that. Nah, matter of fact, we won't be able to do that either. I got family plans. I'll be peeping in on the game, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I say we can have a watch party. It's baby birthday weekend, so I ain't gonna see y'all. He said this bye week is much needed to regroup and focus on the task at hand. I agree with that, man. I certainly agree with that. It's probably for the best, man, because they need to take a long, hard look at what they want to do, from an offensive standpoint. Right? It's a bye week. You can install some different stuff. You can do some self-scouting. You can add plays. You can take plays out. Right? There's plenty of time to readjust this offense and make it a little bit better. There's a lot of time to improve this offense over the bye week for the coaches. Yeah, I saw that Rams San Fran game. The Rams would have won that game. They should have won that game. Yeah, left tackle, center, middle linebacker, Tommy Eichberg. You should really inbox me some of this stuff so I can keep track of this. Because you've given me some great names, since you've been rocking with your boy. But you need to inbox me some of this stuff, bro. Like, go on Facebook. It's Hennythemoor on Facebook. Send me some of these names so I can research them. Says the Rams O-line still trash. I don't know. I'll do a little bit more scouting on the Rams beforehand. I haven't really looked at them. We'll do a draft show. No, I'll have you on when we do Dallas Cowboys College. So you can jump on with me and Landlord when we do Cowboys College. I bet it's Hennythemoor on Facebook, my boy. So let's see. Let's hear from CeeDee Lamb, because last time we were talking to CeeDee Lamb, he was highly upset. He talked about his frustrations, but he also talked about the fact that Dak reached out to him. They had a man-to-man talk, as brothers should. They put that behind him. He got involved in the offense. He made a great impact. He definitely helped our team win this football game. So let's hear from that boy CeeDee Lamb, the newest addition to the 88 Club. Let's see what that boy had to say about this game. And they start off with a Dak Prescott question. So here the boy CeeDee Lamb. Let's see what that boy talking about now. Hey, what's up with you, Michael Nelson? I see you, my boy, tapping in. Company Cowboys fan said, how do you feel about this game so far, Henny? A lot. That was really the first close game the Dallas Cowboys had. We either blew somebody out or got blown out. Like, this was a happy median. Like, you left some plays out there, but you still won this game. So Dallas Cowboys showed me that they can win outside of just having blowout wins. They showed me they can win a close game. They showed me that they can win the game. They can find a way to pull out the fire even when they don't have a run game. Right? You did not have your first turnover until the very last possession of the game. So Dallas Cowboys, they showed me some resilience. That's the word that they use to show them overcoming some stuff. And I agree, they showed some resilience. I agree with that too. Like, I agree with giving CeeDee Lamb some more targets, as your offense moves better when CeeDee Lamb was targeted. He's the most efficient one. And Dak balled out. He put your offense on his back. He put the offense on his back. But yeah, let's talk. Let's see what that boy CD had to say. Yeah, listen, an ugly win is better than a pretty loss any day, in my opinion. But yeah, here's CeeDee Lamb, man. I'm gonna get off the screen.
See, just how impressed were you with how Dak rebounded this week after last week?
I'm very impressed, of course. I mean, obviously we came out with a dub. He's much more focused. And as a team, we do our part to, make him look as good as he he should be.
You express a lot of confidence in yourself. How important is it to have these kind of performances where you also show just what you're capable of doing as well?
When things go good or bad, I'm still confident in myself. Like I said before, I like me versus anybody and man to man. So just coming out here and being able to provide for my team and contribute to a win is probably the best thing, for me. And I feel like I'm definitely an impactful player. So for us to get this going early and get me involved early was very important.
You talked about the receiver room a lot. How good was it to see Brandon Cooks have the game that he had today?
Very good. Clever player. Very much a vet. Happy for him to get in the end zone, and the best is still yet to come for him.
When you took the field tonight, was this team still angry, ticked off, or was that on your mind at all?
Not necessarily. You got to move on at some point, and obviously looking at this game was the next opportunity. So not necessarily looking at it to carry over, but to use it as motivation going into the game. I feel like there's a lot of things that we could have thought, going into the game, but for us to be locked in the way we are, there's a lot of things that we still got to clean up, but okay with this.
How important were Dak's legs today, just the way that he, not just the running touchdown, but the way he moved around behind the lines?
Did a lot of great things. He improvised a lot, and obviously, gave us the ability to, do our workout scramble drill. So shout out to Dak for that, and he thinks he's fast now because he got a nice little rushing touchdown.
All the games up to this point have been double digits. This one, comes down to the end. What does it say about this team to be able to pull one out, after not having to really be in this situation?
We love a blowout, of course, but, if it's the NFL, every game is not going to be a blowout. Every team's going to give us our best. Give us their best, and we're going to give them ours. So this is a great game, great test for us going into the bye, but definitely, to show the resilience of this team and the ability for us to lock in.
I think every catch you had was a first down today. Just to have those, not just have the catches, but have them in big moments and convert for big plays. Is that something that, is a little bit extra for you as well to do that?
No, man, that's just what I bring to the team. I'm very excited to be out there with my brothers, and they give me all the confidence going in every, the start of every drive. So the least I can do, I told the O-line, y'all block y'all tails off. The least I can do is give y'all a 20-yard game.
People were critical of Dak this week. How do you think he answered his performance tonight?
People are going to be critical of him regardless, and that's just, what the star is, and we were talking about it earlier. But just understanding the situation and the team that we have, we're a very resilient group, and we live to play for the next, our brothers next to us. Doing our 111 is the main thing that we can do, and for us to lock in together and, for all of us to do our 111, it ends up victorious.
As a receiver, what was your evaluation of Tony Pollard's 60-yard catch and run?
Shout out TP. I will give him a little, we all know what he should have done, but he was in the game he was in the drive a couple plays, so I give him the benefit of the doubt. But shout out TP for that.
Thank you, CD.
Hey, man. So that was that boy number 88, CeeDee Lamb, talking. No, he just spoke about the change. He said Dak Prescott was way more confident this week, way more focused, and it showed in his level of play. And listen, CeeDee Lamb ain't had nothing to say. He wasn't on the sideline standing out by himself. He wasn't doing no crying. He was firmly involved in the offense. And I agree, getting rid of Cooper was dumb. It was super dumb. Yeah, they had some great interviews, man. They had some great interviews so far. But yo, it's been 2 hours of premium Dallas Cowboys content. I've been hogging the airwaves. I'm finna jump, off this mug, man. Like y'all blessed me with y'all time and y'all presence on this platform. Thank y'all again for rocking with your boy Henny over here in the liquor store. So, man, on the way out, please continue to hit that like button. Please continue to hit the share button. Please continue to slap the shit up out them Chargers and Eagles fans, man. And please also continue to hit that Cash App or that Super Chat so that y'all can get an opportunity to win one of these 3 prizes. Because we're giving away Madden 24, a jersey, and a Dallas Cowboys bobblehead. So if any of that interests you, hit the Cash App or the Super Chat on the way out, and you will be counted in the masses. So thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy for 2 hours. I know that's a long-ass time. You could have watched the whole movie. But hey, your boy is out, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all good people.